Today we're going to talk about things you may have around the house or should have around the house to help teach math concepts, starting with quantity of 1 to 5 and moving up from there. So you can start 1, 2, 3, teaching the quantity with the symbol. First of all, the quantity is always the most important to teach, the concept of 1. So when you teach your child 1, they should count something that has the quantity 1. When you teach 2, the quantity 2, and so on. So starting with 1, 2, and 3, that's great. Starting with a limit of 3, going on to 4 and 5. So depending on your child and how fast they can pick up. The basic 5 are really great because then you move to 10. And from there, they can learn to count by 5s and 10s and so on, and 2s. So Jenga is a great teaching tool. It teaches all kinds of gravity concepts, but you can use them for counting. Also checkers. Just the cheapest game of checkers. You can take these and teach counting. Anything that they can count. And it has some fun texture. They're able to stack upon each other. So these large wood dominoes mimic the pink tower in a way, in a very rough way. It doesn't change size, but it's stackable. And then any set of dominoes, these are fun because they have the colors, so you can use them to teach colors. Hand me, something with a red 3. Hand me something with 1 blue dot or 2 green dots. So you can teach color, quantity, and so on. If you live in Texas, you got to have some of these, right? Poker chips. So these are fabulous counters that things they can count. Hand me, 1 white, 3 blue, 5 red, so you can use these, into their multiplications and divisions, and, they can build stuff with them. So having a ton of poker chips that you can use for your adult game night, as well as your child's education, is fabulous. The absolute best game that's around $10, and it says 6 and up, but I'm telling you, ignore that, because any child, pretty much, that may not have any type of learning disability, I have taught 3 and 4-year-olds all day long this game. So I'm going to open it up here. It's a very simple game, so it's called a 4-way countdown. Buy this game for your child and any other child that you're giving a gift. It's simple. It has nothing that comes disconnected other than 2 dice. Could be a choking hazard, but at 2, 3, 4 years old, they should be beyond that type of activity. But keep in mind if you have younger children to put the dice up. But it's excellent. It's an all-wood game. And it has 1 through 10 on 4 sides. You can play with 4 people or teams of 2 people, which would make it 8. So a parent and a child, or you could play, 2 parents and a child, or 2 children. However you want to do it, you can cram a lot of people onto this game board. So the basic concept is you're teaching quantity with the symbol first. That's it. So you roll. Okay, you roll a 2. Sorry, while I get the dice out. Okay. So you're rolling, and now the principle is you can later add them together. But basically, you can either put a 1 and a 4 up. You're trying to get all these in the upward position, and then you win the game. In the beginning, you just absolutely, you count the quantity. So you would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you could put a 5 up, or you could put a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 4 up. So you have options, and say your 5, say your 4 is up and your 1 is not up. You can take the 1 and put it up, and then it goes to the next person. So if you roll doubles, you get to go again. And so that's the beginning game. The second game would be, continuing to add, but then you can also subtract. So a 5 and a 1 could be a 4. So you can add, then you add on subtracting once they've mastered the numbers and quantity and adding. Then you add the element of being able to choose subtraction with, adding. And then you move on to multiplications. So 2 times 5 is 10 is now an option if you're including multiplication. And then the last phase of this game is division. So, you would add 6 divided by 2 is 3. So it has longevity to it, and this is easily stored and kept for another time. So 4-way countdown, I highly recommend it. And this 6+, you're waiting way too long. Anywhere from 2 to 3, a mature 2-year-old who knows the symbols and the numbers, and then, so they must know the quantity and the number. So that's highly recommended. So these are things that you may have around the house or something similar that you can count with, using blocks, colored blocks, non-colored blocks, using spoons. Use things around your house. You don't need to go spend a lot of money to get things that count. Just, use things you have around the house. So anyway, thanks for listening. I hope that helped. And go by 4-way countdown. Your child will love it.